You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Mr. Dan Farris, brought to you by SiouxEmpireJobs.com. Good day to you, sir. How are you?
Good day to you too. I'm good. Anymore, I get up and walk around the planet, I'm like, whoop, win.
Yeah,
It's
definitely
a winner.
win.
Julia Louise-Dreyfus, Elaine, of course, from Seinfeld. Seinfeld?
Seinfeld. That's
Whatever. She is 60 today.
Is she related to Richard Dreyfuss, do you know?
Oh, what a great question. Huh. I'll look into that. Probably not. I'll forget.
While you're doing that, I'll Google it.
Yeah, why don't you? We'll see what we come up with. Orlando Bloom, of course, Pirates of the Caribbean. And married to Katy Perry now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, recently married, and I think they either have their first kid on the way or it's here or something. I should pay closer attention.
Okay.
Orlando's 44 today. And Liam Hemsworth.
He's
familiar with Liam?
Adorable.
Is he adorbs?
He is. Totes adorbs.
He had a part in the Hunger Games film series, and maybe even more famous for being married to Miley Cyrus for 20 minutes or something. Liam is 31 today.
Nice.
31. 1930, this very day, Mickey Mouse appears in his very first comic strip.
Oh.
United States. Yep, and I love this story. Man, you think about technology and how fast it happens and what we've seen just in the past decade. Well, let's go back to 1928. RCA, along with General Electric, installs 3 test television sets in homes in Schenectady, New York.
Oh, wow.
To demonstrate the first ever home TV receiver.
Nice.
Delivered a poor, unsteady signal on a 1.5-inch TV screen.
1.5 inch? Holy cow.
But how would you like to be one of those first 3 houses? Because even that was probably mind-blowing when you consider there was nothing before that.
How would you like to get your hands on one of those things? I bet those are worth a fortune.
Well, and it was probably just like, reruns of MASH.
Or Lucy. I'm guessing I love Lucy. Yeah. And let's see, this was in all the news, 1992, serial killer, made Milwaukee famous, kinda, Jeffrey Dahmer.
I remember him.
Pleads guilty, but also completely insane.
Yeah.
Court threw out the insanity part and basically gave him 16 consecutive life sentences.
Well, that's just common sense. Of course you're insane if you're doing stuff like that, but that shouldn't exclude you from any penalty.
No.
Yeah, and hard, cold evidence that Jeffrey offed 17 people from 1978 to 1991, and then met his demise at age 34 when fellow inmate Christopher Server basically beat him to death with a pipe.
Yikes. Hey, I did a little investigating here. Julia Louise-Dreyfus. Her father's name is Richard Dreyfuss, but not that Richard Dreyfuss.
Not the Richard Dreyfuss.
As a matter of fact, it's spelled differently. There's 2 S's on his.
Okay.
She's only got 1 S.
Okay.
So.
No relation.
No relation.
So by the time she was born, there was a consonant shortage.
Yeah, apparently. So.
All right, thanks for that, John. Wow, you're a giver, man.
I do what I can.
You're a giver. You make me want to be a better man.
No, you probably don't. Well, you know what? Maybe her dad's name isn't Richard Dreyfuss. I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
Either way, it's not her dad. We'll just move on. Thanks for listening, because now it looks like it's William.
He's not going to stop.
No,
I don't.
Good. We know they're not related.
I just
That's
wanted to
all
make
we
sure I
needed to
don't
know.
put out the
He
wrong
pops
info.
the lid on something. He just goes and goes, man. It's like,
I just don't want to feed
We
people
should just
with
cut his mic.
the wrong info. All right. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris.
Do you have a credit card? Is it a pretty good one? Here's how you can tell. Take the details of your current card, the interest rates, points, and perks, and compare them for free to the available offers at bettercreditcards.com. If we can offer you a better credit card, it could save you money every month. This will literally cost you nothing, and it could help you get a better credit card. Even if you don't have a credit card right now, you can still check it out at bettercreditcards.com. Do it today. bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for Ranger Dan's Critter Corner.
Well, I'm rough, tough, and ready. I'm a heck of a man. Eat my beans and weenies from a frying pan.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves to wrestle bears and lasso ducks, run over possums in my government truck.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves all the campers and the animals too. If you're picking on critters, I'm coming after you.
He's Ranger Dan.
Yes, sir. I'm Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Felt snappy. Little salute after you. Remember the Well Starts Ranger Dan cap to you too. Tim, you're looking. Heidi. Heidi. That was a bright spot in my morning. You know, hey, mentioned yesterday, of course, been getting a lot of notifications from people on this, and I think it's going to be huge. The second annual Ranger Dan Ice Hole Ball.
Oh, how exciting.
Of course, coming up January 29th at 11 p.m., and that little festival is going to run right to 3 a.m. on January 30th at Catfish Bay. So I thought maybe a little preparation here, and this is Critter Corner, which is all about critters. Thought I'd share a little really pretty impressive information about the world of fish. Oh, cool. Fish knowledge. Did you know there are approximately, listen to this, little Rangers, 32,000 plus species of fish?
Oh, my goodness.
That's a lot.
For 32,000, and fish scientists are finding more all the time. Now, here's the thing. A lot of those fish can be found in water.
I bet they can.
For instance, lakes, rivers, oceans, and lakes, and other water not mentioned along with those waters. Now, some of these fish are bigger than other fish, and some are faster than some of the other fish, too. Now, most fish are hatched from eggs, like chickens. But don't confuse the two, as fish and chickens, for the most part, are different.
For the most part.
Although they both taste good if prepared properly. So there you have it. There are a lot of fish. You generally find them in water. And while they share some traits with chickens, they are not really related. That's all the time we have today, little Radio Rangers. And I hope that knowledge helps you get you through your day. I know it's certainly beneficial to me. Till next time, this is Ranger Dan out. Say it with me.
Yes, sir.
Did you make a resolution to give up drugs? It's not going to be easy, but we'd love to help. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most, and addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. We want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Time now for your morning coffee break, brought to you by Kaladi's Bistro on the corner of 26th and Minnesota Avenue in Sioux Falls. And we've got Mr. Dan Farris here with our coffee break this morning, and we're making somebody a winner, right?
Oh, yeah. And speaking of Kaladi's, Mark and the crew, good enough to let us give away some gift cards.
Nice.
Kaladi's, a $20 Kaladi's Bistro gift card to Matt Rosberg this morning.
He's a good dude.
Yeah, I have met Matt over the years. In fact, we share a district. I think we both live in District 15, as a matter of fact. So he really, really, really ought to clear the snow out of my driveway. Because I'm giving him a $20 gift card to Kaladi's.
When he comes and shovels your sidewalk, you can give him that gift card.
No such thing really as a free lunch, Matt. So give and take here, buddy. There you go. Let's talk about gas prices, shall we? Because if you've noticed, they certainly have gone up in the past few weeks. And you may be asking, what's the story? Because, fewer people really are traveling like they used to, so demand is way down across the country, and yet prices are going up. Well, I'm glad you asked. The average price in Sioux Falls right now is $2.27 a gallon. A few months ago, it was under $2, wasn't it?
$1.89.
Okay, and the price is up 9 cents from just a week ago. About a quarter a gallon from just a month ago.
Yeah.
So what's the story? Do you know Marilyn over at AAA?
Yeah, I do.
I've met her over the years. She's been there a long time.
Nice lady.
Marilyn Buscola, She knows these things. Gas prices are rising as supply tightens, and crude oil prices are going up. And so that kind of washes away the fact that people aren't burning through as much as they were a year ago.
Yeah. In 2020, there were a lot of people that were not traveling as much because of staying home with COVID stuff and not going to work. They're working from home. So I think that now that more people are getting out, I think we're seeing an increase in demand as well.
Yeah, but even though it's up, now keep in mind it was just a year ago before the kickoff of the Rona-virus.
Yeah.
We were paying more a year ago. It was like $2.50 a gallon.
Yeah.
Across South Dakota. In Sioux Falls, it was closer to $2.45.
Yeah.
So a year ago, it was actually higher.
Yeah.
Than it is now. So
I just got gas at the Gas Barrel, and one of the things that I would encourage people to do, if you go to the Gas Barrel, which I would encourage you to do,
put in a brand new awning yesterday.
Did they really?
Ooh,
nice.
Yeah.
But they've got the Dino Pay, and you save 10 cents a gallon. How cool is that?
That is pretty cool. And that's
Very
all the
cool.
time. And you don't have to buy stuff to rack it up. It's just 10
you don't
cents
need
a gallon every single time. Yeah.
Yeah, keep track of points and all of
but
that
if you
stuff.
are hungry when you're there,
CNC
Food
Yeah, if we go back
Factory
just
has great sandwiches in there.
if we go back just about 6-7 years ago, gas was actually over $4.
Oh, I know it was.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So we're still doing.
We're still doing great.
Around the world, it's a lot more expensive than it is here. They pay per liter, not per gallon, and
they call it petrol.
Yeah, petrol is very expensive in other places.
But theirs is mostly taxes.
Yeah, well, so is ours.
So is ours.
Yeah, but I mean, like, theirs is taxed so high that
yeah.
that's what makes their rates so high. So.
Yep, absolutely. Well, Dan, thank you for that update, sir.
Oh, you betcha.
Going to get some good news coming your way here in just a moment. Also got entertainment news of the day on the way. And this has been your morning coffee break, brought to you by Kaladi's Bistro on the corner of 26th and Minnesota Avenue in Sioux Falls. Let's make 2021 a brighter year. Last year was awful for many people who put everything into a business, hoping to live their dreams, only to have it become a nightmare. You can help them by shopping locally. If you have the means, buy some gift cards from a local business and give them to a friend who could use some help. You'll be helping your friend and the small business, plus all the people who work there too. This is a positive thing you could do that could ripple through your community to make 2021 a brighter year. Take part and learn more at giftcardchallenge.org. Time right now for a bright spot of news brought to you by Paul's Designer Showroom on Lake Lorraine in Sioux Falls. They can brighten any room with a beautiful light fixture, and we're going to brighten your day right now with some good news. And if you're a small business owner, this is really good news. I've got Jamie L. Wood joining me, the District Director for the South Dakota District Office of the U.S. Small Business Administration. First of all, Jamie, how are you doing?
Doing great. We've had a busy week already, but we're very excited to have Paycheck Protection Program and other resources back in the saddle for small business help.
And you had some stuff that started earlier this week, and then you've got today as like the second draw application window opens today. For people who are listening that would like some assistance with this, where do we start? Do we start at our bank? Do we start with the SBA? What's the first step?
Yeah, so the Paycheck Protection Program did kick off earlier this week for the first draw, and the second draw, you're right, does open today. So people can actually check with their local lenders who are participating. This is a SBA program, so it needs to be an SBA participating lender to be able to get the Paycheck Protection application launched for a small business. And nonprofits are eligible as well. So the way that the first draw and second draw are working right now, they are actually being launched through what are called community financial institutions, CFIs. And those are those community lenders that include community financial development institutions. We have just about 20 of those in South Dakota, minority deposit institutions, community development corporations, and micro-lender intermediaries. We have one micro-lender in South Dakota that's an SBA micro-lender, and that's Grow, South Dakota. Now, just because it has launched with the CFIs doesn't mean that all of them are participating. It just, it's up to them if they want to, and we're working across this network to make sure they have what they need to be able to facilitate these loans. These loans are also going to be opening up to all of the other lenders in just a matter of a short amount of days. So either by the end of this week or next week, we should see that opening up to all lenders, and it's going to be available to South Dakota businesses and nonprofits.
So if somebody listening would like to participate, what would you say is the best first step? If they don't know for sure which lenders, do you have like a list of that somewhere, like SBA.gov, or where would I find that list?
Yeah, you can go to SBA.gov/Paycheck Protection, and there's actually a link that's embedded right there. It says Find Your Lender, or you can go to SBA.gov/Lender Match, all one word. And that takes you right to the SBA lending page, and again, a list of lenders that are participating. And you can be matched. It's kind of like Match.com for businesses meeting lenders, but you can really get help from your local lender. And there's going to be over 300 lenders across South Dakota that are participating in this again. And so it's really nice because the community lenders are really the ones that have the relationships with the businesses, and we saw this the first time around last year. We had 2 different implementations of Paycheck Protection Program last year, and those community lenders really saved the day for small businesses because they partnered with SBA to launch this program, and businesses and nonprofits could go right to the bank that they typically had been using for their entire business life. So it makes it really convenient. Yep. But you can find it online at LenderMatch.
Again, sba.gov/lendermatch, and I've got a link to that on our Facebook page. I actually just clicked on there to see how easy it is, and it's super simple. There's a big red button that says Find Lenders. Once you click on that, you give them just a little bit of info, and they're going to help you find the lenders near you. So that you guys have made it very easy, which is very, very good.
Yeah, we're trying to do. We learned a lot of lessons, best practices over the past few months, and we've been doing this now for almost 10 months, and so we really tried to roll this iteration of Paycheck Protection out in a way that really helped SBA and the Department of Treasury get the right details and resources lined up before we implemented them. And so that's where we're at now. And it's rolling it out very mindfully and a bit slowly because we want to make sure that certain demographics get access to these resources, and that means increased access for minority-owned businesses, underserved communities like rural communities, which we have a lot of in South Dakota, veteran-owned businesses, women-owned businesses. We want to make sure that they get access, and then also the community financial institutions, which are the smaller community institutions that I mentioned earlier, and we wanted to give them a chance also to be able to get in on this program, because a lot of times the bigger lending institutions, they get the bigger share, and they may have more customers that could be, urban, whatnot, too. So we want to make sure that everybody gets their fair cut on this.
Well, I'm going to throw a link to make it really easy. Jamie, thank you so much for taking the time to chat.
You bet. Have a great week.
You do the same. Again, Jamie L. Wood, District Director with the South Dakota District Office for the U.S. SBA, the Small Business Administration. If you would like assistance, again, the website is sba.gov. Really, really easy. And if you want to go right to the page we were talking about, I have a link to that on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Sunny Radio and facebook.com/Sioux Falls News.
Did you make a resolution to stop drinking? It's not going to be easy, but we'd love to help. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most, and addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. We want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Time now for entertainment news of the day with Mr. Dan Farris.
Because celebrities are so fabulous. They're so pretty and shiny, and they smell so nice. Always been a fan of Brendan Fraser.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, me too.
He's a talented dude.
He's kind of disappeared off the radar.
Yeah. Which is sad, because he's a talented dude.
As of late, I enjoyed all the Mummy movies.
Oh, yeah.
Was it Encino Man?
Encino Man.
He's in a lot of cool stuff. He's coming back.
Good.
And it's from the writer-producer of that movie Black Swan, which actually won an Academy Award. He's kind of a different type dude, does different type stuff. Listen to this. Brendan Fraser is going into production on a movie where he will star as a 600-pound recluse.
Oh.
In a father-daughter dramedy. Not just a 600-pound recluse, he's also gay. And the story will follow him about how he left the family when he came out and ended up with the guy who left him and died. His partner died, and he turned to food.
So Brendan's not a real heavy guy, so this must, or did he? I guess we haven't seen him in a while, so yeah.
I'm
sure he's not 600 pounds.
Yeah, you would doubt it, but you never know.
Yeah, it's just pretty fascinating that this is what's happening. Fraser, who's now 52 years old, will play Charlie, 600-pound middle-aged man living on the outskirts of Mormon country in Idaho, who attempts to reconnect with his now 17-year-old daughter.
Wow.
Whose relationship, as I mentioned, became estranged when he went and did his thing. And now with a compulsive eating disorder. And this is what you're going to get. Because it's happening everywhere. People are going to be screaming, why didn't you use a 600-pound actor who really is gay?
Yeah. You're right.
We couldn't find one. Did you look?
It's got to be one out there somewhere, and his agent is not happy. Hey,
there's going to be a lawsuit.
Just quick question. Which movie is your favorite Brendan Fraser movie? Do you have one that instantly popped in your mind?
Oh, probably. I want to say probably the first Mummy movie.
See, mine is Blast
I really got
from the
into
Past.
that.
I just loved him in
that
Blast from the Past. It was so funny.
You know, he did a recurring role as well on the TV series Scrubs.
Oh, yeah.
He was pretty amazing, too.
Yeah, he was good. Talented dude. And I'm glad to hear that he's coming back.
I'm really glad he's coming back. That's awesome. Good for him.
Dan, thank you for that update, sir.
Nice to see Brendan's getting a paycheck.
Absolutely. Yes. It is the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you by SiouxEmpireJobs.com.
Do you have a credit card? Is it a pretty good one? Here's how you can tell. Take the details of your current card, the interest rates, points, and perks, and compare them for free to the available offers at bettercreditcards.com. If we can offer you a better credit card, it could save you money every month. This will literally cost you nothing, and it could help you get a better credit card. Even if you don't have a credit card right now, you can still check it out at bettercreditcards.com. Do it today. bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Wednesday, January 13th, 2021. Stocks held flat on Tuesday after losing territory on Monday. The major indices traded within tight ranges as well, an indication of hesitation or pause before a bigger, possibly much bigger move to come. With the busiest portion of Q4 earnings reporting season only a few days away, the odds that earnings will move the market continue to grow. Trading nearly 23 times its forward earnings estimate, the S&P 500 is the most richly valued it's been in years. On tap this week are earnings from some of America's largest financial institutions. The big banks are expected to beat the consensus estimates, but the bar has been set very low. The risk for investors is that earnings season won't be good enough to keep the market trading at the level it is. On the economic front, investors are bracing for a round of economic data that could fall short of expectations. You can get the inside track in your inbox daily at marketbeatminute.com.